Hey there, Aquarius. This is Joy with Joy of the World, here to take an intuitive peek into the energies going on around you. Friends and subscribers, welcome back. Welcome back. Happy to have you here. But if you are new to this channel, click that subscribe button down below, baby. It is free as always. And as always, I'm happy to have all of you here contributing your bright, bold, beautiful, shiny selves, your delightful, delicious energy to this reading. Because everyone who tunes in here, life already knows, and this energy is coming forward with the answers to your questions. Now, what I have to say is not the focus. You are the one on your journey, and you know your soul, your spirit, and your guides coming together to see what harmonizes and resonates with where you are coming from and where you're going, okay? You're seeking your confirmation. You may want to get a pen and paper and sometimes take notes. People say these are highly accurate AF. So let's see, Aqua. Okay, so what's been going on is the territory that you are entering is new and unfamiliar. I've got to tell you, trust your judgment. Very much pulling into judgment. You may want to check out what placements you have in Gemini. Even if it is an empty house, that is still an important house, because often when they're empty is where we feel karmic shiz diz. Okay, now enough on that. I can tell you, life is trying to gift you fulfillment. So that's a bit of where the mind might be firing into some of those swords, trying to read through, perceive through, check this, spy, look around, this and that, whatever. But I'm telling you, life is giving you a gift of fulfillment. Now, we know when we've been through hard times, like Aquarius placements have, is that traveling to Pluto, going beyond the resurrection, getting empowerment from difficult situations. You might look at it with a side eye, like the King of Cups and the Mary El Tarot deck, and be like, I don't know if I can trust this Neptunian stuff coming on in here, if I can trust my mind of what is going on. But I'm telling you, the word that came with it is fulfillment. That is very earthy, coming into earth and satisfaction, earth and pleasure. So it's going beyond the era of air and transcending it into the era of plasma, which is love, which is promises fulfilled. What promises have you been holding on to, Aquarius? That's what I would begin to allow to percolate and stimulate up in your mind right now as we proceed forth into the gut of this reading. Now, this is the channel that I did ahead of time to try and get some flow and background of where we're coming from so I can know where we're going. Just like a GPS, you need to put in a point of origin in order to get to those dreams and desires fulfilled. Okay, let me see the else I have written down. So it's talking about what used to be your burden is now your gift. Nurture it. It's now your gift. Nurture it. Okay, so you might look at where things where you've overworked a certain area, or a matter of fact, things where it felt like it came up short, and you're saying came up shat. I don't know who been growing some shat, but it's time to take that shat, compost it down, and put it on your garden to make some beautiful flowers. Okay, so talk about change your mind and you'll change your life, Aquarius. So it's making me think of directionality, kind of like the image. When we see an image, it goes into the back of the mind inverted. Then it has to be reverted and sent back out. So it comes in upside down and it goes out straight. Okay. So let's talk about taking a different look at it, or maybe not stopping in the middle, but letting the fullness of the resonance move all the way through. So our affirmation for this, you guys, here is, because we're changing our mind and changing our life, is my life's changing for the better. You want to say it with me? My life is changing for the better. That's right. And I'd like you to use that this week in your life, so that way life can gift you that fulfillment. It can bring in this new energy that's new and unfamiliar. And really, when you're saying that, you're activating your judgment and your trust. Not any judging, not any movement, pedaling, or working. Really, it's kind of like a standstill card in the mystical shaman oracle, coming into the center of yourself. Now, we do have one card out, and that is the Knight of Wands. And interestingly enough, this is what came out in the channel where I was getting the information ahead of time. So it's talking about harmonizing and synergizing your mind, getting it all on the same page, instead of looking at for clarity, but having a shadow of doubt. Okay. So they're telling me it's about the air of casting illusions onto situations, making it difficult to see. Clear and then cloudy. Clear and then shady. But that shade is not a shade that brings you rest. It is a shade that brings you distress. Now let's jump into the crown of all the zodiac reads for this first half of April. we have Venus really wanting to come in and talk and stimulate. Venus is about things coming to you, things that you've already worked for, effort and ease and things like that, pleasure, placement, situations, tangible, tactile type energies. It is shining like a star, very much the star card, and bringing in that divinement for you of what you have been seeking. Okay, you know that phrase, what you're seeking is seeking you, and that shakes you up a little bit with this Tower coming in here. You're like letting a crack of light come in a little bit. This is like a peephole that has a cover, and you're just slightly taking it off to peep on out there, and you're like, I don't know if I can trust this. Remember that side eye? That's why life, if you need to, back it up and listen to the channel at the beginning that we were talking about, but that's why life's like, hey, judgment, 2 eyes, straightforward, look in your Gemini, see where there might be pockets of karma going on, and not karma that you need to cure and cut. Don't do that. Wash and cleanse, refresh and renew. Okay, and we have the double star resonating in here. A little bit of work, a little bit of fun. It's the balance. It's really the turning of the wheel and of the surreal, taking what was once beyond us, that realm beyond Pluto, which is where Aquarius would always travel to get all that information and balance and bring it into the world. Now that plasma has come here, heaven has come to earth now, there's no more need for that travel, that expenditure, that strain and stress on your energy. And that's why love has continued to try and come in for you. Not just the wave of love, but a love up, okay? And that can be also mean people who get you, okay? Like BFFs, that type of thing. But also over here with and the Big Papa stack that he created about the levels and the layers of the world, the middle world, Venus coming in with the sun doing its work. It's being crowned by strategy, that there's no strategy required. No plan, no having to try and dig down into the planning to figure out how to work this or whatever else. It actually had to do with preparation. And we are here now where we're beginning to inherit and receive all that we have prepared for, all that we have been through, that planning is not in the court cards right now. That's why Venus is here. Venus is bringing it, gifting it to you. Life is gifting this to you, friend, okay? And that's where the Knight of Wands is saying, let me help you. You see, this is coming with the clarity, okay? And it isn't a trick, because our right hand coordinates with our left eye, okay? The transmission of the brain, the creativity power, that type of thing, the logic, that issuance coming out. So it's not a trick. It is the way we are divine and set up. So you're wanting to already know more about the Mary L at the bottom, the Knight of Disc. You're talking about revelation, reducing resistance going on there, and the tuning of your streams, not past experiences. I know that one at the bottom is going to come with some of you, let me stretch. Some of you may need to check out Cancer's reading when it comes out. The King of Wands was showing up there, and you're like, oh, please. But this King of Wands man or woman is about knowing your heart, knowing your golden self, knowing your power, your beauty, your might, and not just being like, I know it all up in my head, wanting other people to read your brain. Because see, here's that Lovers card. Like I said, coming on out. This is your authority. You see her giant horn coming on through? That is her authority, her knowingness, knowing of the self, knowing of the power of love, knowing of that sacrifice of how you've lived. And now the sacrifice is for you to sacrifice the sacrifice, to let it go, okay? Because this person here, man or woman, whoever you are, this person, this is you, Aquarius, this person is coming in with earthly delights. How many? Look how long that hair is. Not the hair got to be that long. That's what I'm saying. They are full of pleasure. That's very Taurian type energy, very much second house, very much Venus type coming in here. So really things being in domicile, at home in themselves, at peace in themselves. Can you imagine being at home at peace in yourself, Aquarius? Now, you know what it's like to get all lost up in the clouds of having to travel out into this space. Now, it was delightful and fun and whatever else, but it had a bit of a taxation to it. A bit of an offset, like paying more than the price tag on the sticker, that type of thing, especially coming to relationships. Well, really any connections. But this begins to allow you to have your eyes opened here, no longer burnt by the sun, burnt by the knowledge and the clarity that you had, but stepping more into the 4 angles of your chart is what you're talking about. So let's get back into our affirmation. My life's changing for the better. I've been looking at my notebook, okay? So They love me. Y'all, I had a brain injury in skull fracture 19 years ago that I experienced. And so it just flows in and out and it just keeps flowing. So sometimes I take notes. So you might want to take notes too. I don't know. But do know this. I sit on the other side of the lens with you to gain the wisdom from these messages as well and apply it to my own life. Because how dare I let something in that I'm not willing to be a participant with. Okay, but there's something on the bottom talking. So what you need to know here under the King of Wands is you are the 10 of Pentacles. That's what they're talking about. That's why this earthiness is coming in. This isn't just love. This is love and money, which is Venus, right? And so your limitations of having one side cloudy and one side clear, one side clear, one side shadow of doubt going on in this card, you're underplaying yourself because they come as a set. They come as a unit. So when you're doing that, you're making it pass you by, or you're passing it by. It's missed opportunities, that type of thing. It's imbalancing the energy, so it takes something good and makes it sour or south. And I'm not putting it all on you. I'm not using that, okay? I'm saying when we begin to recognize our own place in things and our own balance, and we begin to stand still and come into the center of who we are, things may rapidly change. Our experience in it is going to change, okay? And then that changes the whole situation. We don't have to be concerned with another person, okay? That's just in the concern with ourselves. So I'm not pinning all that responsibility on you. I'm telling you the energy going on and how to respond in it and for yourself. And again, I'm not telling you even that. I'm just telling you some energy. You know what to do, Aquarius. So all that earth and deliciousness, divinity going on here in house, in place, that fits you like a glove. This, okay? And it's covered. It's in a covering. It's in a security. It's in a stability, all right? So, yeah, 8 of Wands is coming in with the Knight of Wands here. And I love it because to me, this is very much your deck along with Cancer. So whoever that's for, check out Cancer. We have the 8 of Wands coming on in and you make it the 9. And this isn't a bad 9. This is a charging forth, having your own say, your own creative power in this venture of what is going on. So nothing is being commanded or demanded of you. Like over here, this is just an awareness and an awakening of life wanting to come into union with you, wanting to create with you, have your input, have your connection, okay? Face to face, heart to heart. So under the Lovers, it be looking like this, all right? Downturn of death, these old remnants, this rubbleness, maybe like some just debris under your feet. And that could be old evidences, and they could keep proving themselves because we could stub our toe and trip over and go, see, that's what you get. But that's not what we're here for. This is reward, nourishment, nurturance, and love. It's pure love. That's why it's white hair. You see the white hair going through there, okay? It's a symbol of life, and your fingers have moved through it saying you've checked this, and it is clean energy. All right. Now, if that exalts the 6 of Pentacles, that makes you quite happy, and that heart is lifted up. The mind, like there's that little peephole again. I don't know. Those cards are being clear where you like checking out like, oh, I don't know what's back behind here. This is you now saying yes because you've gotten up on that precipice. You've left this old rubble from behind your feet. That's what you need to do was clear out the death, all right? That expense of living, of being Aquarius when the era of plasma was way out beyond us. Now that it's here, this is you. These are your chakras lining up. I love it when yellow, green, and blue come together because it's really getting into this earthiness, heaven on earth. It's beautiful. Oh, which is perfect. There's the Empress. You're at home. You're at home in this new energy. I love that. New and unfamiliar. And the unfamiliarity is heaven being on earth. There isn't that pressurization. There isn't that added expense. There's that added reward, and it's the Empress. There's the reiteration of that star, okay, of Venus coming in. It is your decoration. It is your accessory of life. And Venus comes unto us. I absolutely love that. And that brings in the Ace of Wands. Everything that your heart could desire fulfilled. I love it. To me, this is the card of fulfillment. And you're like, yeah, look at you. Wait, hello. There we go. You're like, take that and put it in as a perfect 10. And you're saying ding, 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 win. Okay. Now, let's see what else we got. Let's get a crystal card in to support this for you. That energy of the resonance of the Ace of Wands coming in. And this isn't the ace at the beginning of the suit. This is the ace, to me, crowns both ends. It's like the clasp on the necklace. It brings it all together. This is the zenith ace. So you may check out your midheaven reading as well. It's the zenith of where all that was done beneath the surface, behind the scenes of your IC, your coli, is now being seen and coming into fullness. So let's talk for Aquarius. And that's been your life's work up until now. So they're wanting to take you from purpose and step you into pleasure. Did that get you excited? Let's get the one down here. And I love it. It's the fist pump. You see that pinky up in the air? It's like, word to the mother, word to the mother. Look at it. Emerald. Emerald. Emerald is expensive, but emerald is stable. To me, emerald carries the cube, the 4, which is our other crowning card sitting at the top, the divine order, the stability, the divinement of love, of knowing thyself, of self-love, and that security of what all you've believed in is finally here. And they're saying rest, relax, be secure. Rest, relax, be secure. Take time to enjoy. Not just help is on the way. Help is here. Help is here. Okay? All right, let's see if you have anything else to say, because you can often be short and sweet. Let's get into a spirals of light, the wisdom oracle. Taking Aquarius on out of here. Well, that wasn't hard at all. A change in the wind. Kind of like reaching your high tower. It's giving a nod to the air of fantasy and fantasy land, because that's the number 12, the divine order and order of the divinement being reciprocated. Is that well, that's why you're using the word fantasy, because a fantasy is something that extends beyond the dream, as if it's something that could never really happen on this earth and plane. It exists in the 3D or the 5D, but not together. But that's where the 4D, the plasma state, came in. It's where it stabilizes. It's that unique math of 3 + 5 = 8. 8 is 4. If 4 for life and 4 for you, it brings a reward to both. That is the synergy. That's why Big Papa came about, to do away with karma and systems, debts, checks, balances, that type of movement energy into the synergy of the whole, the synergy of you. Let's see what it said again. My life's changing for the better. And yes, it is, Aquarius. I'm excited for you and this delightment coming on into your world. Thank you for all the work and love and kindness you have given unto us all, helping bring in this wave of plasma. If you haven't already, click that subscribe button down below. Also, leave your comments, your compliments, compliment yourself. Always remember to be kind. Give it a vote of love and support, and click that like button. It costs you nothing, but it heightens this video to YouTube, and they start sending out to people who've never heard about this stuff. All right, let's joy up our world with this love train going on. I love you. Bye.